Boom, boom. This is going to really welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a little bit of Soul Land reloaded up today, so let's go ahead and jump right into it because we do have some new events up. Well, not technically a new event, just a continuation of an event. So let's go ahead and go over the regular stuff. First, we have the standard daily event. Nothing changed inside of here. Okay, so basically they do have the packs up. So if you do want to get some of the packs, you might want to go for that. We do have the actual Zoo Kings concert. Of course, you definitely want to participate in this. I haven't had a chance to participate in it yesterday, but your chance is saved. So just do it once, and you'll be able to. If you do hard mode and get an SS or above, you can just sweep it, which is what you want to do. And you definitely want to make sure that you do this before the events end because of the fact that this does have the Dusk Gold Terror Clause in it. So this is a chance to get your hands on 20 of them because it's 2 and you get a 10 pack. So you definitely want to do that. Some of the other stuff in here is pretty good. I mean, all this stuff here in the first 2 rows, as I've said before, is pretty good. And as is the stuff down here. You're not going to be able to purchase all of it. Unless you do spend some money to purchase some more spins, but you should be able to get most of it. But you just want to make sure that you get the Terror Clause, if nothing else. Okay. Battle Pass is of course restarted. Just make sure that you do knock that out. Just make sure, as always, that at the end of the week that you've got this the box across the front that says the missions are complete. As long as you do that, when the event ends, you'll have enough to purchase the 10 pack and be able to get the token. All right, second, we got the Ghost Flame Boost. This is the Ghost Flame Beast. I'm sorry. This is the second. I think it might be the third event because you will be able to get the Ghost Flame Beast this time. At least I did. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure if this is because I've had really good luck on the actual spins for this. I've been able to get I'll show you the spins here. You can get with the tokens free, but I've been able to get I've got a bunch of shards in those spins, so I'm not sure if this is the second event or the third event for it. But if you do, and if you've been getting lucky, you might be able to get it. So this is the this is an SP Beast, and it is, you can see from the base, it is the first one. So it's got some really good stuff into it. It looks like that there's really nothing different in terms of how it's actually, see, I've already got 28 into it for the first chance to actually bring it up a star. So I've had really good luck with some of the draws, but there doesn't look to be much in terms of different except for this spiritualization. Now, this is an exceedingly interesting function. The first the first Spirit Soul that they came out with from in the triple S's was the actual Yin Yang class bird. Now, I was able to max out the Yin Yang class birds virtually immediately. I was able to do the actual transfer because I had all of the bunch of shards left over that were still in chests that I just didn't need. You know, I've been gathering them and saving them because I didn't need them because everything was maxed out on the SS's and the S pluses. So I was able to use those real good here. So you probably noticed that you've been getting a lot of these vials of stuff. Okay, you've been getting a lot of them. If you look inside of your go to the Spirit Soul. As you can see, you've been getting a lot of them. As you can see, they just been. You get a lot of them each day, and you also get a hunk of them when you do the event inside of the Soul Pagoda. Each time you do sweeps on the Soul Ascension, you'll get some of the shards from there as well. This sweep right here, so you get 215. So that right there is a chance to get like, what was that, 645 just in one day. So you can get quite a lot of these, and I do this on a daily basis, so it's really nice. So I've gathered a lot of those, so that's what they're going to be used for. So this should be able to allow you to get a jump on this SP Spirit Soul. and because it's an SP, it might be a chance, to get a really powerful one for some of the younger players. Because I did not do anything special to gather all of these spiritual liquid is what they're called. I didn't do anything to get to 46,000 of these things, so they're generous with it. My assumption is it's going to take a lot. Yeah, it's looking like 447 just to do one link. So this is probably going to be very similar. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do quick advancement and transform, and we'll see how far this gets us through. Okay, so we got a def increase. Is the percentages here? Almost 10% increase in that. And I cleared all 6 of the first ones. Okay, now this is the second one, is these stones. Okay, we've been getting these stones as well. And you can get those inside of the shop right here. Okay, and you'll see those. I've been seeing those as well too, but I wasn't exactly sure what they were going to be used for. So now we know what they're going to be used on. So this is a good chance. See, we got a bunch of attack. And it's up to stage 6. We'll have to break through to go to the next stage to go on through. So I have to gather these. So we're going to need 224 of these. Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the only way to get them, is going to be in the Spirit Shop and the Soul Ascension platform. They must be in the shop. Yeah, the Spirit Shop, which is the same thing. So I guess that's really the only way to get them. But you keep a lookout for them. And when you do have some, make sure that you do snatch them up. Right here, so I've got 11 of them. They're pretty nice. But you can get them from a free-to-play perspective, so it's not something you're going to be excluded on. And hopefully we'll start seeing them as miniature rewards in some of the other events. I'm hoping, since they've got it in the shop already, my assumption is it's not going to be considered something that's difficult to get. But what they might end up doing is they might end up making it an item that is available, but only in small quantities, i.e., Spirit Advancement Stones. But maybe they'll, maybe they'll end up starting to get to the point where we can get a little bit more of these a little bit quicker, because this is what you need to break through. So that's a good chance. You should be able to do pretty good in terms of the actual spiritual. And I still have 8,000 left over, so we used about 38,000 to do that. So it's not surprising, So that's quite a bit of the fluid to do it, but it's the only one released. So you should be able to do it. Now, they do have the Spirit Soul pair, and this is where I've been getting really lucky. You need to make sure that you do 3 sweeps, okay, inside of, let me get the Federation coins here. You need to Slaughter City, you need to do 3 times a day, okay, because of the fact that you need to get 9 if you want to get each day, getting into 6 and 9. You do want to, if you set up your woo, you can do a woo to do 3 sweeps on that. So it's not like it's difficult. Just go into your woo, go into your gameplay, and Slaughter City, and just make sure that you set this to 3, okay, and it'll automatically do 3 sweeps. Okay, mine's back set because I already completed it, but I already did 3 for today. And I got the coins and drew quite a few shards for this character. So that's why I've got 28 shards into it. But yeah, I've had pretty good luck with the Spirit Prayer event here. And it's mainly because, as you can see, you got quite a bit of choices. I've never got a 60, but I think I have gotten 10 once, and I've got 5 quite a few times. But there's also some triple S's down here as well, which I've hit that as well too. As you can see, it's got a pretty good set of rewards. These 3 aren't exactly the greatest, but everything else seems to be really good. And you will get, if you complete the event, you will get, how many will you get? You'll get 3, 6, 7, so you will get 10 of them, okay? And you can purchase more too if you want to. But so it's definitely something that you want to get interested in, because that'll do that. All right, so everything else pretty standard. We do have this. I went ahead and saved this for the video. So successful transformation. So what do we see? So we got a 6 and a 9, E force and ERS force, and we unlock a dragon talent, which we get to choose. So we're the Dragon King talent. So we've got increase Soulmaster's attack speed by 10 for every 10 seconds. So it's a hand speed. When a Soulmaster takes a critical hit, or a Soulmaster takes critical damage, his or her critical hit rate will be increased. And then we've got Soulmaster does not trigger absolute invasion within 12 seconds. Absolute will be triggered for the next taken damage. Absolute invasion is exactly what it is. It's guaranteed evasion. If Soulmaster did not trigger blocks within the next 2 damage instances will be blocked. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just do the enhanced speed. Okay, I don't see any. Okay, that's all cool down. So let's see how much we got here. 200. So I was at one. Whoa, well over. So I was at 190. So that took it up to 206. So that was 16 billion increase. So as you can see, if you're going to get the massive amounts of BP, it's definitely it takes you to the dragon. So image, I'm using the cool image, which is cool. Okay, I've also got 423. I could not cultivate the dragon while it was ranking up, so I stored all this so I can do 136. So next one's going to be at 500. So that's where will be next one. So I got 3 more, which is pretty cool. Okay. So boundary breakthrough, fatal blow, attack speed suppression. So 206. So yeah, so that's quite a big boost in terms of your BP there. So don't forget your dragon. Okay. Basically, the ways to get it, just upgrade stuff, add a star on something, and you usually get 120 or something like that in terms of that, and that's enough to usually take you up. It's a work of art. It's not something that you can complete very quickly. I mean, you're going to complete it faster, of course, if you're purchasing stuff, because you'll be able to level up stuff fast. But it's something that you can work on long term, and it's pretty good for getting the good BP, as you can see. So other than that, there's not. So the Ghost Flame is up. Ghost Flame Beast. Like I say, can't remember if this is the third or the second or third event. I'm pretty sure this is the third event for it, because I don't think I haven't been getting that many extra shards, but I have been getting some extra ones. So keep an eye on it. And make sure you do the resets so that you can actually get the things. They do have a pretty good sale in here. It was expensive, 9,000, 6,000s, and I've still got a lot of stuff to purchase. These 2 alone, I think, are like 15,000 diamonds. Okay, and I haven't had a chance to purchase any of this stuff here, which I'm going to be. I'm going to be purchasing most of all this stuff. Okay, I'll be purchasing this, all of these, and these as well. I'm not sure. 15. Nope, don't need to purchase those. But yeah, so I will be doing that. I'm just going to wait to build up my diamonds just a little bit, see how much I can purchase. I'm keeping pretty good. I keep in high levels. I just don't see any other way to do it. The events will sum out, and I'm going to need, at the end of the battle pass, I need 9,000. But there's really just not a whole lot to spend the diamonds on. I've got my my settings and stuff in WoW, and each day, you're getting just with the guild stuff, each week, it's not hard at all to get yourself about 15 to 20,000 diamonds weekly. And that's pretty much about what you spend if you just about buy the good stuff inside of the events. And I'm really holding on to it because I'm hoping that they'll have which I haven't seen as one of those buy events, which we haven't seen in quite a while. So I'm hoping we'll see one of those. And I like to keep the stuff for that, because there's a lot of good stuff in there, and you get good prices. and it goes burn through diamonds really fast, which is but I'm waiting for that to come out, and that's what I've been saving on my diamonds for, is to spend on that team buy event, and we can get some stuff in there, and hopefully they'll start throwing some triple S stuff in there, maybe some of the items that we can maybe get lucky and see some spirit advancement stones. So I'm just waiting to see what goes to that. But yeah, so it's a good event. But yeah, so that's all of it. So they got the Ghost Flame up. Make sure you do the sweeps in the Slaughter City, and make sure that you do jump onto the Zoo Kings concert. Okay, you get some diamonds, but most importantly, you want to make sure that you get the Dusk Gold Terror Claws inside of the shop. Okay, that's really the only place to get them. And it's the same with the race event. You always want to make sure that you do the peak battle, because inside of the shop is where you get the actual soul bone fragments, and that's really the only way to get those as well, unless you wait for a Soul Forge event, and then they'll have a bunch of them which you can get. But as you can see, that doesn't happen all the time. Really wasn't much of it for much. They did have the soul bones in the last event, and that's the way I got them. Okay, so but Soul Forge events it's usually like once every few months, 3 months or so. So it's not something that you can, it's not something that you can really, count on. It's because it's not, different items appear inside of the Soul Forge. There's really no way to know what's going to happen, what they're going to put in there. So you just have to wait and see. But it's just better to get them this way. Also, you got to understand that you have to build each of those up. Yes, we've got a soul bone set, but that's just the beginning. Okay, the actual soul bone, you got a lot to go. Take a look at the soul bone. You've got to upgrade this thing. Granted, I've maxed out, the breakthroughs, the enhancements, but you've got to level it up and to put stars in it. And as you can see, it takes 15 just to put a star on it, and you're going to have to do 5 stars for all of them. So it's going to be a lot of shards. So you're going to have to, so start building them up, right now, and then you can start leveling them up. I'm going to get a set. My base idea is to get a set for the 4 characters. Okay, once I get each characters have a set, just my 4 team. That's all I can really, afford to focus on. And then I'm going to start, upgrading them and put stars on them. Okay, I'm assuming that once we go into the SSP characters, we'll start being able to see, a little bit more shards for these. Maybe not only will the shops have them, but we'll start seeing them in all of the events. Whenever there's a Soulbone event, instead of the Soulbone event that they have for it right now is pay only. You can't. It's an SP Soulbone event, but to get the SP shards, you have to purchase. They're not free. I mean, you get some Divine Blood, which is nice, but yeah, you still can't get shards. So I'm hoping that once we go into the SSP characters and stuff and start seeing equipment for that, maybe we'll actually start being able to see, events where we can get them a little bit more common, or maybe they'll have a really nice event. In that Soul Forge, remember when they stuck like 900 Phoenix Divine Blood in there? Maybe they'll stick, 300-400 SP shards in there, and that'd be a chance to level up, several of your pieces, max them out. So that's what we're hoping for. But hopefully we'll start to see a little bit on that as they go to the next level of characters. Of course, the previous stuff becomes a little bit more common, although it hasn't been too much with the going into the SP stuff and seeing triple S stuff. It's still not a large number of shards, so I'm hoping that they would increase that a little bit. 20 shards is what they're giving us. It's what they give us in this event. I was hoping to see at least 30 or maybe even 40, because this is for an SP character. But they turned around and they gave us 20 is all we got for the for the triple S. Usually when they start introducing characters like that, they usually up the amount of the previous, but they don't seem to be doing that. They seem to be a little bit stingy. It's going to make it difficult to start leveling up the spirit souls, in a timely manner. But yeah, we've made pretty good dent into this one. So I'm going to start enhancing it and getting its level up. And once it does, I'll probably try to I'll add it into the team and see what happens. You know, if I add it on to one of the characters and I see the BP go down, then I'll just switch it back. You know, that's one of the nice things about this. Try it. Put it on. If you get a BP increase, hooray. If you don't, then you can just keep it off. And I'll keep trying intermittently until I see an increase in the BP, which means it's more valuable to have it on. It's got some pretty good. It's got a pretty good skill set. Okay, if you take a look at what it does. Okay. Super Soul Master HP plus 911,250. Okay, and that activates when it reaches level 10. So as you can see, it's going to be a huge boost in terms of whichever Soul Master you put it on, it's going to get a huge boost. If you've got any character that's having trouble surviving, you definitely want to stick this Beastie Boy on there. Get it to level 10 and stick it on there. You're going to get 911,250 hit points. So that's got. Plus, you're going to get combat attributes at plus 26%. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Skills, we've got deals 5 times the physical damage of 30,000 times the attack power to a target. Okay, so you might want to go ahead and focus on somebody in a melee beast. Okay, because it's physical damage. Okay, so keep that in mind. Don't stick this on a magic-based character. Okay, stick it on a physical damage character, which is going to be anybody melee. Okay, inflict physical damage of 23,000 times the attack power to the current target. So basically, you want to stick this thing on a melee character, and you're going to see a huge power increase. Okay, and this is just from the base effects of it. So, you know, that's what you have to realize. Yes, it doesn't have any stars. Yes, it's not leveled up, but just the base effect that it gives are so much more powerful than the previous ones that even at such a low level, it's more of an actual a plus than a negative. So I'm going to go ahead and put some levels on, and I've got a bunch of. I'm going to be purchasing, like I say, a bunch of the actual materials that we're going to use to actually swallow, as it's called. So I'm going to purchase a lot of this stuff, and we'll go ahead and level it up. Well, see, I got 21 right there. So I activated 2 of the actual arts on it. So this has been activated. So yeah, it's I didn't think I had that much on me. So we're also going to get magic defense. So protected Soul Master plus 45%. So yeah, you definitely want to put this on a this would definitely be a primary look for a melee character, a defense boost against magic attacks, as well as a huge increase on the HP when you hit the 10. And then, of course, these skills here are clearly towards a character that's going to be melee. So, yeah, this is a pretty good setup. So, as you can see, when you get maxed out here, so the base damage has been increased to 49,000 times the attack power. The critical of 20 layers of Running Wolf has been increased to 100%. Critical damage effect of 30 layers of Running Wolf has been increased to 200%. And for every 10 layers of Running Wolf after 30 layers, the damage of the ultimate move is increased by additional 90%. So you're talking massive stuff. Okay. Passives. And then we've got the halo effect. So yeah, definitely good beasts. Okay. And you can use that liquid to really get a jump on some of that stuff in this spiritualization. Okay, so we got 10 spiritualization right there. Plus dual defense, 130,000. Team attack, plus 195,000. And team HP, plus 400. No, that's 4,894,249. So that's a big bump. And like I say, I did not purchase any of this stuff. any of this liquid. I just got it from just playing the game. It's all, so it should be fairly easy to get for rewards and stuff. And, it looks like they're giving you a lot of it. Of course, you can only, you're going to have to get those breakthrough stones after you do the first level. But after that, then you should be able to continue to use the Spirit Soul. If they go like the actual Triple S's did, it's 2 levels. The inheritance was you do 6 levels, okay, and then there was another 6 after that for 12. So it was 2 layers of 6. This seems to be running along the same vein because it was 6. So my assumption is there'll be a breakthrough, and then you get the final 6. They might go a little bit higher for the spiritualization, but it's a way to start working on the character. It's only used for SP characters, so you don't have to worry. It's not like taking the materials away from something else. It just sits in there, and it's only used for those. So that's definitely something to look at. But you might be able to get that really strong and put it on your team. It's probably, especially for lower level teams, it's going to be really really useful. And like I say, it should be fairly easy to get if you have any luck inside of the actual Spirit Prayer. Because that's what I did. There's a very good chance that I might actually be able to put a star on that before this event is over. I only need to get 12. Okay, 12 shards is all I need. Now, while I'm not going to be able to get any inside of, I doubt they don't normally give you the items inside of the actual event here, but you will get some of the stones, 10 of them. Okay, so that's good. But not in there either. I was hoping they might stick some spirit stones in there. But I'm also going to be having, since there's 10, okay, I'm going to have 7 more of the actual tokens. So I'll be able to draw in this 7 more times. Okay. And as you can see, there's a really good chance that if I just have any remote luck, that I might be able to get the 12 and put an actual star on that right this event. As I've always said, they tend to make the first character, or in this case, Spirit Soul, they usually tend to make it a little bit easier to obtain. As you can see on the Triple S Spirit Souls, the first one that they came out was, I showed you, was the Yin Yang bird, and I've got it 4 stars. It's almost maxed out. I'm about 3/4 of the way through getting the 5th star, so it will be maxed out. Very soon. Granted, none of the others have been very productive. Okay. And in the SS Plus is the first one they came out with, this Giant Jin Dragon. Giant Dragon Jin. Okay, as you can see, maxed out. Okay. SS is, I believe, the first one they came out was the actual Emperor Scorpion. I was able to max it out because they gave you shards away. So I'm assuming the same thing is going to happen to the Ghost Flame. We're going to be able to get it a little bit more quicker than the others. So it's definitely something that you want to focus on. So I would definitely go ahead and put a little bit into it if you can, and start focusing on it. I'm going to go ahead and start focusing on it. I was focusing on the Moonlight Deer until then, but just simply because of the fact that I didn't really have anything else to put it in, and I didn't want to focus on these lower level ones because they weren't really it just give me more in this with its base power as was these these down through here. So I decided to go ahead and focus on the Triple S's. But I'm going to go ahead and jump over to this and focus on this, since I'm probably going to be able to put a star on it. And the next ones they come out with, we'll see chests, and we'll have chests for this. Okay, they'll have a chest for this in each of the events, so you can get started on it right now. So it would not be surprising if you can get 3 or 4 stars fairly quickly. They don't have Spirit Soul events all the time, which is why it takes a little bit longer. But you'll definitely have a better chance of getting it maxed out quicker than some of the others. And it's a good one for melee So you're always going to have at least one melee on your team. So definitely something to look at. So I'm going to go ahead and build it up a little bit, and then we'll stick it on there and do that, and then we'll take a look and see how like I say, I'll put it on. If I can see a plus in my BP, I'll keep it. If I don't, I'll take it off. You can move stuff around. Feel free to move any of these things around. I move things around all the time to see if I can get better BP. I'll move a hidden weapon over to this character, see if it's better BP. If it's not, I'll move it back. I mean, that's just the way to go. You can feel free to move everything except for the equipment, the base equipment that they get. Everything else from the extended bones on is removable. Okay, so you can just swap it around, pick the best thing that works for you. If it doesn't work, move it back. Okay. All right, so that's all I got. So thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you subscribe, you'll see a bell. You click on the bell, you get notified each time I drop a video. This is Kenrick coming at you from the corner, signing out.